Hello everyone, welcome again to Genius Cafe. My name is Ricky, as I said, I'm the happiness manager here at Genius Cafe, and we are about to start our talk about inbound marketing in a bit. I just want to tell you a little bit about Genius Cafe before we get started. So Genius Cafe is not just a normal restaurant as it appears here for many people. We are also a co-working space, but also not just a classic co-working space. We are actually growing into a global community all over the world of entrepreneurs and change makers. So the vision of our founder, Roger James Hamilton, was to create this global offline and online community of entrepreneurs. So we're opening up 50 new beach clubs in the next 5 years. And we've just recently opened up our second Genius Cafe here in Bali. This is the first one. And the second one is up in Gianyar in our Vision Villa resort. In the Vision Villa, we actually run business accelerator programs where entrepreneurs can actually learn how to enhance their business and get to the next level and all these kind of things. That's another branch of our company that another thing we do. And now I want to introduce you to Ionut, our speaker today. He's actually, he's the founder of DevMark. It's a marketing agency, and he's a specialist in inbound marketing. He has more than 6 years of experience, and he has lived in many countries and worked on an international level. He has lived in Germany, Belgium, Romania, almost 2 years in Bali now. And he has experience with B2B and also B2C clients, so different kinds of levels, a lot of knowledge to share with you guys. So please give a warm welcome to Ionut.
Hi guys. Can everyone hear me? Yeah? Wonderful. I don't know if this thing is working. Let's see. Good. Welcome to my session regarding inbound marketing. Usually my session is called, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, it's usually called What the fuck is inbound marketing? Because most of my clients were thinking like, okay, what's this inbound marketing? They hear about digital marketing, they hear about social media. And today we're going to learn about inbound marketing. A little bit about myself. I have 6-7 years of experience in all sorts of companies, from startup. I used to have also a startup. I sold it last year. I started this agency probably like almost 2 years now. Work with tech companies, with big corporates, and yeah, that's e-commerce. I'm focusing a lot on e-commerce. So we're going to learn about what is inbound marketing. How many of you are familiar with inbound marketing? Let's make it 1. That's awesome. You're going to be 2. You guys are going to be my pillars here and there, yeah? Okay. So this technology is developed by HubSpot. You guys heard about HubSpot? Yeah? Wonderful. Cool. Okay, we're going to make it interactive in the sense that I like challenges, okay? So every time that you want to stop me and you want to say, okay, you're talking bullshit, or I have a question, or any type of thing that you want to ask me, anytime, okay? So this technology, what I said, that is developed by the guys from HubSpot, and they are saying the following. Inbound refers to marketing activities that bring visitors rather than marketers have to go out to prospects attention, to get prospects attention. What's a prospect? If you have a mic.
We have another microphone here for
Yeah,
the...
so guys, use the mic.
Maybe like a lead or potential sales opportunity.
You're close. A prospect is actually a visitor. You're going to understand also what's the difference between prospects and lead. That's super important, okay? So a prospect is someone that visited your website and didn't complete any information, okay? Inbound marketing earns attention to customers, make company easy to be found, and draws customers to the website by producing interesting content. You're going to hear me a lot talk about content. Why? Because I love hearts. And content is in the center of all of your marketing decisions, okay? And super important, you need to place that content in the right context. You love that this heart, right? Okay. So you need to get qualified leads. So I asked you before, what's the difference between a prospect and a lead? A prospect, again, is somebody that is visiting your website. A lead is someone that is completing a form. Okay? Clear so far? Awesome. If somebody is subscribing to the newsletter, if somebody is subscribing to your form from the contact page, that prospect transforms into a lead. Okay? And you're doing this by, I love this. Website pages, blog articles, super important regarding blog articles. Your website is a static one, okay? The blog is actually the one that is producing dynamic content. And why I say dynamic content, because you're going to, the idea behind the blog is that you want to position yourself as an expert in the industry, you want to solve some problems, you don't necessarily talk about your products, okay? You have other pages that are doing that. And you're doing social messages like social media. And to understand what I said before, you need to place that content in the sales funnel, because inbound marketing, in the end, is the sales funnel. So let's talk about also what's happened, like, let's say, 10 years or 15 years ago. Before, if you were going to buy a car, or you wanted to book an accommodation, you're asking your friends, okay, if you guys went to Bali, and they said yes, probably, and you are going to the same hotel. The best example probably today is that if you're going to book something online, you're going to go on different websites, you're checking some blogs, you're checking some Instagram pages, you're checking the testimonials. So people that are actually more informed right now. Yeah? And I'm not necessarily saying that cold calling is not the way that you should do it, but technology is evolving. And you need to adapt also. It's not rocket science what I'm saying right now. I don't have any special secret sauce. How many people are saying, like there is a secret sauce. Everything that you're going to see is basically help you to drive more traffic and to drive more qualified leads, okay? And in the end, I'm going to show you a strategy, what I'm doing with my clients, and hopefully you're going to apply it in your business, okay? So the methodology behind inbound marketing. There are 4 pillars. Convert, close, delight the customers, and that's the funnel. You have a stranger that doesn't know anything about your business, doesn't know that you're existing. You want to transform him into a visitor, okay, or a prospect. That visitor needs to convert it into a lead, a customer, and a promoter of the business. Most of the sales funnel, I love this bin. Most of the sales funnel are ending here. But if you're looking to businesses, and I gave the example before, like Airbnb or Booking.com, you're going to have testimonials, okay? And this line means that the best marketing is the one that is word of mouth, okay? And if, for example, you're launching a new line of products or services, they can go again to strangers, okay? So if you're having, for example, an e-commerce website or a course, let's say business, if you're launching a new course or a new product, they're going to go again to strangers, and you need to take them to the entire funnel. Make sense? You look super enthusiastic. Make sense? Awesome. I love it. You're taking notes. I'm going to share the presentation with you guys, so just take the notes that you need. The presentation, you're going to have it. So, attract, that's the first pillar of the community, of the inbound marketing. You need to do blogs, social media, keywords, and pages. What is really important to understand regarding, for example, keywords, that if you're going, for example, on Google Keyword Planner, you need to find that high volume or medium volume, but low competition. Okay, so if you're going, let's say, on Google AdWords, and you have a tab saying Google Keywords Planner. Do you guys know this tool? So write it down. It's called Google Keywords Planner. It's a free one. And you, at the moment that you're going to blog, you need to find that specific keywords that are attracting high volume or medium volume, but low competition. Because let's say that you're doing, give me an example of one of your businesses. Let's talk on the subject. Coach. What kind of coach? Mindset. So if you're saying coach as a simple word, it's high volume, high competition. So you need to find also that buyer persona, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in details. So you need, what I said before, you need to attract the buyer persona. What's a buyer persona? Exactly, it's the ideal customer, to be specific. So I'm talking, for example, with my clients, and where I'm asking them, before developing everything, you need to know your buyer persona. And besides the, let's say, gender, age, demographic, you need to ask yourself, and you need to test it actually. In marketing, there is everything about A/B testing. You need to test where they are coming from, what's triggering them, why they would buy from you, why they wouldn't buy from you. If you're searching on Google, buyer persona template HubSpot, you're going to be blown away from the set of questions from these guys. So one of the, actually the homework for you guys is to develop the buyer persona. Because this buyer persona is going to help you also focusing the right content in the right, I said it before, context. Yeah? So if you're not going to understand where are these people gathering the information, then you know how to focus that energy, okay? And you're going to use it also, for example, for the Facebook, for Twitter, or any other social media channel that you're using, okay? And you need to create relevant content, okay? How many of you guys are actually blogging? That's it? Only 3 people? 4? On the list to do, okay? So you attracted, you converted visitor to leads. And every time that I'm going online, I'm bombed with products and prices and so on. The idea behind inbound marketing that you need to provide value, okay? So if you are talking about if somebody is joining the, let's say, newsletter, don't send him from the beginning, hey, these are our products. Send them a thank you message. The second email should be a testimonial or a video about you. And the third email may be your products. Because you actually need to provide value. Everybody is like, oh my God, I have my privacy, I want my privacy. There is no such thing as privacy. But still people are like super skeptical in leaving that email for the websites, okay? So my suggestions to you is every time that you have a form, if we are talking about a newsletter form or, for example, a contact page, offer something in return. An ebook, a webinar, an invitation to the webinar, a white paper, or anything. Your course, let's say, offer the first lesson for free, and after we sell it. Okay? Questions so far? No? Okay, let's move on. So, attract, convert, close. You have leads. Now you have customers. You need to create targeted emails. And you need to give some scores to that leads. What does it mean? Is that, let's say that you have a newsletter form, you have a contact form, and you have the one for actually buying that product or service. You need to understand the journey of your customers or your visitors or your prospects, how you want to call them. So in a CRM, what you need actually to do is to give a score. Because if, for example, there is one that is a newsletter subscriber has a lower score than someone that is asking for information, and the one that is actually buying has the highest score. Okay? And you need to do social media interaction. I'm seeing pages that are posting something and they are like not responding to messages and so on. Super important. I mean, like, besides the fact that, for example, on Facebook, the reach, I was actually reading today, before yesterday, the reach for organic, and I'm talking now organic, not paid traffic, it's around 5%. So that means if you have, according to my math, if you have like 50,000 likes on Facebook, the reach is somewhere 5-6%. That means 100 people. And you can easily, somebody contradict me and I said, okay, how many you have? And they were like 20,000. How many likes or comments do you have? And they were like 20. Well, make the math, okay? And I was reading something that they want to bring a new tab. It's called the Explorer tab. And everybody is going crazy because it's going to go even down the reach on Facebook. Because Facebook, it's a motherfucking network, but they want more and more money. How you can do it, you can, one of the free versions and the 100% reach is the Facebook Lives. Are you guys testing that? You're doing it. Okay, wonderful. Because every time that you're going to do a Facebook live, is going to, all of your followers are going to receive a notification. Exactly. Because also Facebook is trying to push it as a video network platform, so they're competing with YouTube. And there is another thing. Yes? If, for example, you are a company that is doing B2B and you have a Facebook page, that means you're interacting with human beings, you know? So you can do a video. What are you doing? Okay. Okay, so do, for example, a webinar and you're presenting yourself and you have like a camera behind, or take do a Facebook Live from a factory if you're working with factories or so on. You know, like any type of video. Because if you have followers, that means that are people that are decision makers behind that likes, you know? And also really important regarding Facebook Lives, save that video after you finish, because it's going to give, Facebook is going to give a higher priority to the videos that are hosted on their network compared with the ones that are from YouTube. Okay? Delight customers to promoters. What I said before, happy customers means happy promoters. And it's so easy to do it nowadays. If you're sending a survey, for example, to your customer and you're asking them, hey, by the way, what do you think about our product? What do you think about our services? Don't make it long, because it's going to be super boring for them. And I'm going to show you a couple of tools that you can do that. They're not going to feel like a number. And if you're dropping an incentive and you're saying, hey, if you recommend us to 3 friends, you're going to have like a discount or something else that you can offer, people, they love free stuff. It's unbelievable nowadays. Okay? So, the tools. I think that in the current situation, our life is super busy, and I'm a huge fan of automation. Okay? If you're checking my Facebook page, and I'm going to show you a tool that is going to blow your mind, you're going to see a lot of posts. I don't know what the fuck I'm posting there. It's a crawl that is scrolling Venture and other websites like this, and they're posting according to some categories. And you need to provide value. That's the most important. So, Blogging, social media, keywords optimization, site pages. Site pages means that you need to have as much as inbound links. Do you know the difference between inbound links and outbound links? Exactly. Which one is which one? Exactly. So people that are talking about, you know, like SEO, secret sauce, and all kinds of um, terminology that for me is a little bit funny, because Google is becoming more and more smarter these days. There are a couple of things that are working besides, okay, um, keywords optimization on your website, alt tags, meta description, and all this fluffy stuff. If you have, for example, 2 pages that are doing exactly the same thing, and you have, let's say, 1,000 visitors on both of them, the one that has the higher conversions is the one that is going to be pushed higher, because Google is going to understand, okay, that website is actually relevant for visitors, and you need to set up goals in Google Analytics. Okay, if you didn't do that, start implementing goals in Google Analytics. That's one thing. Inbound links means websites that are linking to your website. Try to do as much as possible inbound links. And blogging is actually a really cool way of doing it. Why? Because if you're writing, for example, an article and you're going to a tool that is called BuzzSumo, it's pronounced B, or it's written B-U-Z-Z, and sumo is from the wrestler. Every time that I'm searching for a blog post or I want to write something, I'm going inside that tool and I'm searching, let's say, for top 10 reasons or top 10 social media tools. I'm searching for high volume of people that they share that content, and I can go inside and I can click on that link and I can see all of the people that they basically approached and they shared and they liked that article, and I can approach them and I can say, hey, by the way, I have a new article, can you share it, and so on. Do also guest blogging. That's another really interesting way to get inbound links if you don't want to pay, for example, for paid advertising, okay, for banners and so on. So we discussed regarding blogging, and I was working previously for an engineering company, which was like a B2B company. And the way that they were doing marketing, it was cold calling. Remember what I said before about 10 and 15 years ago, and they were having still that mentality. And I said, hey guys, let's blog. And they were all people that they had super good information regarding the products and services, and they could provide so much value to potential customers. And I asked them to, you know, like to blog regarding different problems from the industry, and they started to have contracts after blogging. And according to HubSpot, wow, um, the ones that were blogging, they have 50 more website visitors, 97 more inbound links. If you provide value and you place that content in the right, I said it before, context, yeah? So if you provide that content in the right context, you're going to have a lot of inbound links. Because people, they like to share, they want to add it to their, as reference, that article to another article of that we're going to write, and so on and so on. And we're going to have more index pages. The more index pages that you're going to have the Google, the higher the score is going to be. Yeah? And these statistics are actually not coming from me, they are coming from HubSpot, and they are a mean machine of content creation. Are a couple of tools that I can recommend it to you. The first one, is Hootsuite or Buffer, depends what you like to use. I like depends of the situation. I'm using Hootsuite or Buffer for scheduling blog posts, connecting your social media accounts. This one is my all-time favorite. It's called Sprout Social, and it's doing a couple of interesting things compared with Hootsuite. If, for example, you want to share something, and if you're letting Sprout Social to share it, not scheduled by yourself, is going to share that article at the right moment that your followers or like the people that they liked your page, they interact the most with your content. Okay, and you can segment, you can do a little bit of segmentation by gender, by age, by location, and so on, so on. With this one, you can find mentions, or you can find influencers. Influencers are a great way to promote your content. You need to build relationships, and honestly, you just need one simple post, share, Facebook, like, tweet, or whatever. But you need to build relationships. Start liking, following, commenting, and after that you exchange a couple of messages, ask them for something in return. Are you following, are you doing any influencers? Follow up? Approaching? Yeah? How is it working? That's awesome. Yeah. Exactly. Hootsuite, Buffer, Sprout Social, and Social Mention. Okay? We discussed about keywords. That's Google Keywords Planner. There are a couple of others. For example, Moz is doing the same, or Ahref. It's written age and ref from reference. But honestly, the free one from Google is going to be, it's okay, you know, for the time being. And usually how I'm doing it, for example, I want to share a content, or I want, for example, to write a blog post, one of the first things what I'm doing, I'm going to the Google Keyword Planner, and I'm searching for the specific keywords. And after this, I'm going to BuzzSumo, and after this, I'm writing that blog post. Call to actions, landing pages, forms, and contact database. That means you need to have as many call to actions as possible on the website, and the flow is the following. You have a call to action, they're arriving to a landing page, and here I had a debate with somebody that you need to do A/B testing. My personal favorites landing pages are the one like title, subtitle, description, 3 or 5 takeaways, an image, or directly the form, and probably some testimonials under. And the debate was if it should be longer, you know, like this long landing pages, or it should be short. And I said, you need to know your audience, and you need to do A/B testing. So coming back to the flow, you have call to action, landing page. We are going to a landing page, they have a form, and we are going to a contact database, that means a CRM. Okay? What are you guys using a CRM? What are you using? You can use, for example, HubSpot CRM, or you can use Salesforce or Infusion. Sorry? ClickFunnels. If, for example, you're writing a blog post, you can do it like a little bit more interactive. This one is done in Canva. You can do it a little bit funny. If, for example, you have it on your website, like the normal call to action. And it's really important also to do a little bit of cross-selling, I would say. View more products. These are top 5 products, call to action, and so on, so on. Okay? This one is done in Canva, Canva. You can do call to actions, you can do Facebook covers, you can do, it's almost a free tool to create images. Are you guys using it? No? Okay. To create landing pages, if you guys have a WordPress website, or doesn't matter, but they provide awesome integration with WordPress, Instapage or Unbounce, you can do A/B testing. Super important to do A/B testing, in my opinion. How A/B testing is working, if, for example, you have 100% of the visitors coming to that landing page, at the moment that we're going to arrive, the one that is getting higher conversion means that we're completing the form and we're going to a thank you page, or whatever action you're setting as a conversion, that one is going to be pushed first. Okay? Instapage and Unbounce, both of them are working awesome. I have the results with Instapage from a user-friendly experience. Typeform to create surveys. Do you know this tool? Let me show you something. So every time that you're doing, for example, a survey, you're receiving that, or for example, you have a form, you have that long line of, blocks. What Typeform is doing a little bit different, let's say that you want to ask something like a survey, and you can integrate also rich media like a video, and you can have paths, meaning that if the answer is yes, we're going to go on this path. If the answer is no, we're going to go on another path. I use Twitter every week, and you can have templates, and you're going to see such a big difference in the terms of conversion, okay, with this tool. It's super interactive and works awesome. And you have already also templates, which you can use them, and it's a free tool until a certain extent. You can integrate it on your website, works perfectly. So, Typeform, that context, they need to go to a CRM. We said before, HubSpot CRM, for example, is free. You can check the journey every time that if they are arriving and they're completing something, you can see that, for example, what pages they visit, where it was the exit page, why they dropped the cart, and so on and so on. Lead scoring, email, marketing automation, closed loop reporting. Do your homework in the sense and test the emails funnel. Again, don't sell from the beginning something. Try to educate first, and that's the first thing that you have to have in mind, and the second that you're going to sell, okay? Because I hate, honestly, and I'm closing every time and I'm deleting emails that are like trying to sell me something, and I'm still seeing emails like, hey who? I have a name, So you need to personalize also that email, super important. Again, why I think that is super important to have CRM. If, for example, you have a sales team, easy to share information and details and contacts and customer journey. If you have a CRM integrated, it doesn't necessarily have to be HubSpot CRM. MailChimp, honestly, is the free and the best one so far. But if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can have ClickFunnels, or, for example, Active Campaigns. These are two other tools that I recommended to you to use. And you can have like a really amazing customer journey, and you're going to increase the conversions. If you're creating like a nice sales funnel where people, they can, if they have a drop cart, or for example they didn't bought, or for example they didn't reply to the first email, you're sending them another email, and so on, so on. I know that it sounds a little bit of a hard journey, but if you want to succeed, you need to put a lot of effort in creating all this automation. And once you created it, you just need to let it run, okay? Smart call to actions. Smart call to actions means that if, for example, you have a header banner and you have, the beginning is going to be, hey, by the way, can you please subscribe to our newsletter? You already collected that information. You already have the cookies. Why not changing that call to action and saying, okay, do you want to download our ebook, or you want to attend our webinar? Okay, because it's really important to show the right content in the right context, okay? What I said a couple of times. Social media, you understand what it is. I think also really important here on the social media is that you need to choose your battles. If your customers are not on Pinterest, for example, or on Twitter, don't focus on energy on these two channels. Okay, so you need to understand where are the customer presence, and again, coming back to what I said before, do your buyer persona. And you're going to, and you can test it, and you can see exactly where they are gathering the information. So that's a part of the smart call to actions. So, to do a small conclusion, strangers, you need to do SEO, blog, social media, call to actions, mobile optimization. I'm still seeing today in 2017 websites that are not mobile optimized. Is going to drop dramatically your score on Google. And things like that. The first thing that you're going to take in your hand when you're waking up, unfortunately, is mobile. Okay? So your customers are also present on your mobile. Visitors to leads, call to actions form, landing pages. Leads, email optimization, CRM, lead scoring, sales alerts. Most of the tools that, for example, MailChimp or Active Campaigns or ClickFunnels, we are already having this integrated. That means if, for example, you're sending an email, you want to see if that person opened that email, if they clicked on the link, if they download that, let's say, PDF or whatever you're attaching. So you need to gather this information and try to activate it. If you don't have that tool, you can use, for example, HubSpot signals. If you're sending just a simple email, it's going to give you all this information. It's like a Google Chrome extension. Feedback forms from customers to promoters, email, web, and social engagement. Questions so far? It's not thank you yet. Not yet. Not yet. So let me show you the strategy that I was talking about. So that's, for example, for an e-commerce business. You need to analyze the competition. And that's usually the key metrics that for me are important. The average duration, how many visitors they have, and where are the top countries that the visitors are coming from. And you can do this with the following. It's called SMrush, SimilarWeb, and SpyFu. These are the tools that can help you track that. Okay. Keywords. super important to start from the beginning from a specific country or maximum 2 countries. Everybody wants to go globally, but honestly, you're not going to have the money. So it's better to start with a market, with a proof of concept, and after this, move to and keep your focusing on other countries. And remember what I said, if you're using, for example, Google Keywords Planner or any other tool, go for high volume or medium volume and low competition, okay? Blogs, try to educate. And there are a couple of tools that one I mentioned before is called BuzzSumo. Some others are Outbrain, Social Mention, and Medium. So basically what you need to do is check what other people are blogging about or your competitors are blogging about, and try to approach that people that they shared that specific blog post and say, hey, by the way, we provide also value, we created also content, can you share it, can you add it, and so on. I was writing, for example, article regarding social media tools, and basically what I did, I approached all of these companies that I was mentioning, and I'm saying, hey, by the way, here is our blog post, can you please retweet it? And of course they did it. Tools to find influencers, Ninja Outreach, Pitchbox, that's another one. For the Facebook, try to create an engagement content. If, for example, first week you're having like a contest, in the third week you're, for example, announcing that contest. In the second week you're creating a video from, let's say, a testimonial, or for example from your factory, or regarding your life amazing in Bali. You're giving, for example, a blog post. So the main takeaway from here is that you need to create engagement conversation. Create also surveys on your blog, on your Facebook page. What do you think about A or B? What do you like more? Audience, super important to understand your audience. I cannot stress enough. This one, Woobox, is a really awesome tool if, for example, you want to create contests. SumoRank to analyze your performance online. Autopin, do you guys use Pinterest? Anybody? No? If, for example, you consider to create, to use Pinterest, you can use this tool, and what basically is doing similar to Instagram, if you remember this tool for Instagram, is going to follow, unfollow people. Everything is according to the policy, privacy and policy of Pinterest. Forms, usually everybody is asking about company, which when most of the people were having, for example, a company email. So try to make it as simple as possible. First name, last name, and email. Everything goes after on the second level. Okay. Call to actions. I can show you, for example, a really nice call to action. It's called the Lucifer Principles. You should check that out. One of them is the scarcity, and you see it in businesses like Booking.com or Airbnb. 20 people are now checking that listing, 5 just booked, there are only 2 available. And you're going to, holy shit, I need to book it now. And these guys, they did an amazing job, in my opinion. I saved it for reference. You have $8 on your first purchase. It's valid only for 15 minutes. And you have a timer, and you're going to write that email address. Okay? Button optimizer just to create, for example, simple call to actions. landing pages, we already discussed about this. Try to find references from other people that are doing better than you. So design online. If you're going, for example, and you're searching top 10 or top 50 best landing page out there, or whatever keywords are going to use, you're going to find some amazing results and some inspiration. So Unbounce and Insta page. Emails. I can show you, for example, what's my vision regarding emails. You have a subscriber, you're sending them a welcome email. The second email is the education email. The third email can be a testimonial or a video or what other takeaway you're going to give to your customers. And after this, you're going to have the fourth email with selling something. The statistics are saying that in order somebody to buy something from your website, they need to check the website at least 6 times. Okay? Zapier and FTT, in case that you don't know these tools, what they basically are doing, they are creating workflows. With FTT, you can create only 2 of them. With Zapier, you can create more than 2. That means if, for example, you're sharing on Facebook, that message is going to go automatically on LinkedIn, and if it's going on LinkedIn, it's going to be saved on a Google spreadsheet that you can, after this, share it in 15 days. It's just a stupid example. Again, life should be easy, not complicated. For blog, if, for example, you have, like, let's say 50 blog articles, and you're using WordPress, tweet all posts, that means the last one is going to come up, and it's going to change the date, and people, or your visitors or prospects that are going to visit your blog, they're going to say, oh my God, new content. It's basically all content. Meet Edgar is doing basically the same thing if you don't have a WordPress website. CRM, active campaigns, we discussed about that. Surveys, again, give value before you're asking.